And welcome back to Who Would Win. Today's Who Would Win comes to us from Carlos Blanco, who has been asking for this one for a while, so we're finally getting to it. Who would win a fight? Kiryu, specifically Kiryu, Mechagodzilla from the Millennium series of the Godzilla franchise, versus the Tigerzord, the White Tigerzord from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Now, Kiryu is kind of like the pinnacle Mechagodzilla we've had. I mean, you could argue the legendary one was nearly as powerful, though I don't think so, especially when you factor in the Absolute Zero canon. Or like the anime version, which I don't think any of us really like to think about, but Kiryu is pretty much the definitive Mechagodzilla that most people tend to go to. It is made over the skeleton of the original Godzilla, meaning it is in canon with the original film. It is armed with massive amounts of rockets, lasers. Its armor is insane. It weighs roughly, it's got a height of 60 meters to 100 meters in Godzilla Unleashed, which I believe was a game. Length 121 meters. Its weight, depending on where you're dealing with its battle gears, is about 40,000 tons. So it is extremely built vehicle. It's also piloted remotely by what was the name of the pilot? I do not remember the name of the pilot. But anyway, it's piloted from a distance. It's got an alloy composition that can actually survive the being point blank epicenter of the Absolute Zero cannon, which literally brings things down to near absolute zero, freezing them on a molecular level and just annihilating shit. It's capable of flying, has overall massive firepower, including the maser cannons, rockets, lasers, electrical wrist blades, revolving drill, tail use, triple hyper maser cannon, which fires from its chest and its mouth, plasma sword. However, it has massive fuel consumption. Using the Absolute Zero cannon uses up 40% of its base power. Godzilla's soul is also in there somehow, so it can take a hold of the Absolute Zero. Or Absolute Zero of Kiryu. But it is still an extremely powerful anti-kaiju weapon. Seriously, this is kind of like the de facto anti-kaiju weapon. The Tigerzord from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was the second Zord. I mean, technically he went from, it's the second, because the Eagle Zord came in a little later. I remember having a toy of that from McDonald's when that movie came out, the Eagle Zord, which was cool. I like the Eagle Zord. But the White Tigerzord is at 150 tons, length of 24.5 meters, and does have a speed of 185 kilometers per hour. It does have its additional warrior mode, which is really what we'll be looking at. Primary fighting warrior equipped with a sword formed from the tiger from its tail. Demonstrate the ability to follow the White Ranger's every movement in real time, which is actually very impressive. The White Tigerzord would often fight alongside the Thunder Megazord in battle. Its signature attacks were White Tiger Thunderbolts, were telling put an orb into the cockpit console, generating the Kaiju for fire, and fire from Tigerzord's mouth. It would then fire forth bright orange fireballs that once fired on the now heartless Hachiosaurus in episode The Ninja Encounter, killing them once for all. Now, that being said, there is also the Red Dragon Zord, but that's not really something it can use without the use of the Red Dragon Thunder Zord Warrior mode. That said, the Mega Tigerzord, however, is something that he can call upon the other ones, which include the Lion, Firebird, Unicorn, and Griffin Zord. This thing now stands at 63 meters high and weighing a lovely 336 tons. It has a much more powerful, range attacks, all that. Still moves Atami's movements. So, just so I'm clear right now, I just want to double check Kiryu's height real quick here, and height and all that. So, even at its smallest interpretation, Kiryu is White Tigerzord only gets larger than Kiryu if it can transform into its final form, and it is completely. Oh, okay. So if we're looking at this from a weight, if we're going to measure the weight real quick here, I'd rather do it this way. So Tigerzord at its heaviest is 336 tons. Great, that's heavy. Like I would never, I can't imagine fathom that much weight to try to go up against that. Kiryu weighs how much now? Let's see. Actually, there's an easy way to do this in my head. So that's 10. And then if you add another... Kiryu literally weighs over 100 times more than the white Tigerzord does. At its heaviest. Height-wise, it's actually not that much taller. Even at as tall as 100 meters, allegedly, and 120 meters long. It's... I mean, Godzilla Unleashed, I believe, is the game, right? Yes, Godzilla Unleashed. That's from the game. Even at its shortest and canon, height, it is a little shorter than the Tigerzord's max, but it's so much heavier and has such durability thanks to the fact that we know it can survive being at the epicenter of the Absolute Zero cannon, that it really is just weird that this thing, that the Tigerzord would even be able to do anything against this thing, because while they're near identical in height, almost identical in height, and Tigerzord can even upgrade to get a bit of a height advantage, doesn't really matter because nothing the Tigerzord is going to be able to throw at it will damage it all. Now, the Tigerzord's got a speed advantage thanks to Tommy piloting it in real time, so he can kind of go ting, 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 ting. But that's got really what's going to be. It's going to be boom, 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 boom. Literally, Kiryu just weighs so much more than the Tigerzord by such a large amount. Like, it's literally like, boom, trying to punch a rock, like a boulder. And just boom. Like, if the Tigerzord could feel pain and had nerves, it'd be like, oh. But it's just going to be boom, 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 boom. Even if you blitzed him at like point blank range, the most that you do is probably knock Kiryu over, and then Kiryu would just like fire the maser cans or whatever, and just completely rip in the Tommy. And if he's at point blank range, then the Absolute Zero Cannon is going to be a surefire must do. And sadly, there's no real logical way I see Tommy winning this. Yeah, Tommy's got some great moves, but again, this thing can go toe-to-toe with Godzilla. The Millennium Series Godzilla it varies from movie to movie a little bit. There's very little continuity between all of them, except the Kiryu series, actually, there is. And that Godzilla also survived getting hit with the Absolute Zero Cannon. A weapon designed to reduce your molecule, to completely cease your molecular movement and bring it to near Absolute Zero Kelvin, which is near feasibly impossible to do. And Godzilla, while coming out with some injury, though that might have been part from the fight prior, walked that off. And Kiryu was able to survive going toe-to-toe and getting hit by Godzilla's atomic rays, all that. Godzilla was able to tank a lot of what Kiryu was throwing at it, too. So, ultimately, I mean, as much as I don't want to just say, Tommy's screwed. Tommy's screwed. Like, Tommy ain't got shit on Kiryu. Tigerzord ain't got shit on Kiryu, sadly. Kiryu would be like the ultimate Zord for like the early Power Rangers movies. I don't know if even although Serpentera could destroy an entire planet, Kiryu can't do that. Although, if Kiryu were to hit Serpentera with the Absolute Zero Cannon, I don't see Serpentera surviving that. That maybe that's probably a who would win for a different day, but I mean, I'll throw that argument down for you. Serpentera versus Kiryu. Who gets the killing blow in first? That's what it's going to be. And you know what? I'm actually going to take that back right now. I think Kiryu would get the killing blow in first. Because Serpentera would be there, obviously piloted by Lord Zed. But Kiryu would have enough time to charge up and aim the beam. And Serpentera is so huge that it would not be able to get out of the way in time. So I'd actually go Kiryu in that fight, despite the fact Serpentera certainly has the ability to blow up Kiryu no problem. Anyway, my money, it's on Kiryu, but let me know if you think different. If you really do believe differently, that is cool. I'm not going to argue that with you. That's not the point here. We're supposed to have fun. So let me know in the comments below if you think different. If you do, that's cool. Put it in the comments below. Till then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Hit that bell if you want to be notified. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you folks